I love how sour rhubarb is, but I also love to add a little bit of sweet to it. When I was a kid, I used to dip it in sugar and just eat it straight like that. Now what I do is I make it into rhubarb syrup because you add all this lovely sugar and then you get that sweet and you get that tart, and it's just a great addition to any pancakes, waffles, sometimes ice cream. Really good. I'll start by slicing my rhubarb into anywhere from 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch thickness. I like it pretty thin because I want to cut through all of those fibers so that I don't have a lot of long strings in my syrup. If I have any that start to come off, I just peel them right now. I'll often make some rhubarb jam of different varieties when I make this as well, because since I'm taking the time to get this rhubarb soft, I may as well soften some up for my jam as well. I'll then place this on the stove and let it simmer until the rhubarb gets nice and soft. Because I didn't have enough of the red rhubarb to do the full batch, only enough to do about 1 cup worth of the cooked rhubarb, I ended up having to do the rest with green. So it changes the color a little bit, but it'll still taste just the same. Now, this is such an easy recipe. It's literally 4 cups of cooked rhubarb and 4 cups of sugar. I'll mix those together and then I'll put those on the stove until they're my desired thickness. I like it to be a little bit thick, but you know, I want it to come out. It is a syrup, not a jam. My syrup is nice and thick. I did add just 1/2 teaspoon of butter to it to reduce the foaming. I wish it was the pink. That's so much prettier than the green, but this will still taste delicious. I suppose you could put some food coloring in it or something, but I don't know. I kind of like avoiding adding all those unnecessary things. That's half the reason why I make my own stuff. And I'll fill up my 1/2 pint jars to 1/4 of an inch of headspace. Headspace is the space from the top of the food to the top of the jar. I'll then use a clean, damp cloth to wipe off the rim of my jars. This is just so that they get a good seal. Next, I'll place my lids and rings on until they're fingertip tight. I'm using my new favorite lid today. It's Superb lids. They actually have a super thick blue seal, and so I just feel like it does a better job of sealing it. It's supposed to do better with the buckling too. Not that I've had that happen very often, but occasionally. The feature that I really like about it is that not only does it have that lovely blue seal, but it also has a coating on it that makes it a little bit harder for it to rust. And that's been an issue for me at times because I keep mine down in my root cellar, which is a little more humid. So now I'll process these in the boiling water bath for 10 minutes. If I'm at sea level, I'm at 1,200 feet, so I'll process them for 15, but I won't start my timer until after it begins to boil. Now that the processing time is complete, I'll turn off the heat, remove the lid, and let it cool for 5 minutes. I then remove the jars from the canner and place them on a heat-resistant surface. I allow them to sit there for 24 hours so that they can get a good seal. I can tell they have a good seal if the center of the lid has depressed down. Then I remove the ring and use hot soapy water to clean off the outside, and I'll store it in a cool, dry, dark location like my pantry for the next 1 to 3 years. If for some reason I have one that didn't seal, then I would put it in the refrigerator and use it right away. You can hear them starting to pop closed. These lids, that's one of the other things about them. They make a really loud popping sound. You can tell when they've sealed down. So the syrup is nice and thick. I don't want it to the point where it's going to make my pancake soggy. I really want it to be something that I can drizzle over the top. It's so fun because of the fact that it's so tart. So you get that tartness, and then there's the sugar too, but it's not actually overwhelming, the sweetness to it. I think it would be really fun to do like a pancake or a waffle and put this syrup on it with maybe some fresh strawberries and then a little drizzle of maple syrup as well. I think that would be tasty.